We've argued that in a competitive market, buyers and sellers will transact as long as marginal benefits are above marginal costs, which means that their combined surplus will be the maximum amount possible. So if we look at the difference between the costs and the benefits created by this market, then the difference between them is total surplus, and that is maximized at Q star. Any less, and we would be missing out on potential opportunities. Any more, and we would be producing units for which costs exceed benefits. So that would be wasteful. But the benefits and costs we've discussed so far are those that accrue to the buyers and sellers in this market. What if this product, either its production or its consumption, were to create benefits or costs to people not directly involved in those transactions? In that case, we would call those externalities. Let's see first what would happen if there were positive externalities. It's easiest to represent those on the demand curve because they're an additional marginal benefit. If external benefits are zero, then the social marginal benefit is the same as the private marginal benefit to buyers. If, on the other hand, there are positive externalities, meaning marginal benefits that accrue to others, let's say $2 worth of additional gains are created by each unit in this market, then there would be an external benefit as well. And this accrues to people other than the buyers in the market. In that case, note that at Q star, there are still potential gains that could be extracted. And so if they are not extracted, this would represent deadweight loss. So the socially optimal level is now above Q star. Again, it's possible for too much to be produced, which would again create an inefficiency, but the optimal level of production is above the private market equilibrium, which is Q star. Furthermore, the larger the positive externality, the greater the deadweight losses from the private market equilibrium. Now suppose this market created negative externalities, meaning an external cost imposed on people not directly involved in transacting in this market. We would represent that as an additional marginal cost that we add to the private marginal cost that accrues to sellers in order to obtain the social marginal cost. So the marginal cost to society incorporates not just the cost borne by sellers, but also the cost borne by anyone else whom this market affects. Let's say that there's a negative external effect of $2 per unit from either production or consumption of this good. It's easiest to just show it on the supply curve. In that case, the actual total surplus in the market is not the one indicated by the difference between private benefits and private costs. Now we need to take into account the external cost as well. And so once we account for that, you could see that total surplus is now maximized not at Q star. At Q star, we are actually creating deadweight loss because for those last few units, costs exceed the benefits. So now we would be maximizing total surplus at a lower quantity than Q star.